Why have I not reviewed Le Mans Ultimate version 1.0, despite having a press key and the ability to do so? The reason is actually somewhat interesting. Well, it's not that interesting, but it's a little bit interesting because it also explains my general approach to how we've been reviewing games, hardware, and how we generally approach this channel. An approach that I think subscribers of this channel appreciate, and one that clearly makes us one of the sexiest sim racing YouTube channels on the internet, after of course random call signs. Before we get into things, subscribe so you yourself can then unsubscribe. I really genuinely don't know what clicking the like button does, but thank you. And as always, I really appreciate all the members, supporters and all the people that allow me to be so massively incompetent at this job that we have. Thank you very much, guys. So you've probably noticed all the Le Mans Ultimate videos dropping on the internet with the typical clickbait titles to lure you into clicking those videos to find out what is going on in Le Mans Ultimate land. And you might be in a position of maybe getting Le Mans Ultimate because, well, it's come out of early access and, well, now's a good time to get it. But first of all, I'll check some reviews to see if it is worth getting. So, given as a YouTuber, it's a great time to do a video to get more subscribers and views on content. Why on earth have I not done a review video? Well, the number one reason is quite frankly because I'm incredibly incompetent and apparently hate doing the most obvious and easy way to gain subscribers and make money as a YouTuber. But secondary to that, in the case of Le Mans Ultimate, I feel that the core of Le Mans Ultimate is really its online racing and its multiplayer system. That's really the crux of why anybody would be playing Le Mans Ultimate. Sure, it does have some single player to it, it does have AI racing, and I think that is a really good thing for people to delve into and review, and it's something that we will delve into and review, but I don't think that's really the core of the point of Le Mans Ultimate, if that makes sense. And with that in mind, I feel like it's only when 1.0 drops for everybody and then we can actually race with everybody online on launch day and the days subsequent to that, that we can really adequately do a proper 1.0 release launch review video. Now also keep in mind, we have been following Le Mans Ultimate through its early access and it's one of our sort of top 5 simulators. We play it a lot. I think we've got over 250 hours on it now, and we've done lots of content of the previous updates leading up to this and following its progress and making jokes out of some of the changes they've done. But you know, it's not like this is completely brand new or fresh, nobody knows anything. But ultimately, I personally want to do at least 5 hours, probably even like 12 hours of online racing following the launch to then be in a position to go, look, this is sizably changed from the early access. This hasn't changed, this is good, this is bad. You know, the typical video that we do. We normally do a really long live stream when something launches, and then we do a sort of raw, unfiltered review of what exactly you're going to get at that point in time. And I think this also sort of raises one of the things and issues that I've had with the with sort of games industry and reviewing in general, is that as press or media or an influencer, you tend to get early versions of games. And to be clear, this isn't really the case with Le Mans Ultimate because their early access has been available to everyone. But you often get early versions of games and the developers like, or the publisher or the marketing people are like, yeah, this is a press version, guys. This is still being changed. This is going to be better. We know about this issue. And it's like, okay, great, but how are you supposed to review that as press if it's not the actual final product that people are using? Like, you can give an overview and you can go through the features, but anybody could go to a website of a game and read the publisher feature list. What really matters for a consumer buying something is what the actual user experience is like when it's actually available. I mean, a perfect example of that would have been Microsoft Flight Sim 24. In theory, there's a lot going on in that, and it would have been a really good launch and absolutely fantastic to buy on day one if you were to go buy the general material. However, the reality was, on launch day, we sat there watching a load bar for 5 hours. which, as I keep saying, was the best moment in my entire YouTube career, so I don't resent them for it. It was so funny. But, you know, that probably wasn't what the average consumer would have expected, and it's certainly not what reviewers would have covered because, well, it hadn't happened yet. So yeah, in general, my approach of all these things is I want to actually play the thing that's available. If there's stuff that is not likely to change and is polished and is what it is, obviously we'll do videos of that. And I'm not knocking people that have done review videos of Le Mans Ultimate in particular with the various changes that have gone on. As I said, there's a whole load of things that could be focused on. I have not had time to go into it. Mostly because we've been driving around the Nordschleife in iRacing in a Super Formula Light, which is really, really, really fun. Really enjoyed doing that. But yeah, also because, as I say, I want to play it when it actually comes out. And then, separate to all of that, and this is just selfish, and again, this is how incompetent I am, I really enjoy, personally, doing the launch day live streams, and I really enjoy experiencing the same thing that everybody else is experiencing on the launch day, and doing it together, and finding out about the game at the same time as everybody else, and the actual reality of the game at the same time as everyone else. I just think it's really good fun, especially if you do the live streaming as well as videos. And as you guys know, we're sort of a mixed live streaming and video channel. So the live streaming thing, I quite like the immediacy and the sort of, there's a more genuine aspect to it in some ways. It's still fake and a lie like all social media, but you know, there's a more genuine thing that I think is deflated a little bit if you've been doing a review version of something in some occasions. So it's nice when you have the opportunity to not do that and to enjoy it at the same time as everyone else. As I say, who knows, you might get a 5-hour Microsoft Flight Sim load bar. You never know what reality will deliver onto your table for dinner. So that's another reason as well. It's totally selfish. Again, completely stupid. I'm an idiot, but you know, and I think that's great. So what we will be doing with this is tomorrow we will be doing a launch day stream for the launch. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens when stuff doesn't work. If it doesn't work, if the servers collapse, well, we will relentlessly mock the LMU developers, as they should be. But if stuff works really nicely, and if certain components have changed for the better, well, we will celebrate them and tickle them with feathers covered in honey. That's what they like, Steve Hood told me in a private email. So I'm genuinely looking forward to tomorrow and trying out the update, I would call it. It's the release into version 1.0, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. So if you want to watch that, give us a subscription on sub for free. Click the subscribe button on YouTube, but we're also on Twitch as well, which you can follow, and you will see us when we go live. If you got this far in the video, some kind of vegetable emoji would be fantastic. We deserve vegetables to be thrown at us at this point. There must be a lettuce emoji. But I look forward to seeing you in the live stream, as I say, and I hope you guys don't mind our process of taking a bit longer to go through things, to make my mind up, to enjoy things with viewers, and that's just how we're going to do things for the most part. I'm not saying that we won't do pre-launch things. Obviously I will do. Be stupid not to. But I'm just saying it's not really my focus on things, and it's not what I really enjoy. I really enjoy doing things as they happen and giving you guys exactly as raw dog of a view of things as possible, so you can make an informed decision. And that informed decision should be to now unsubscribe to this channel. That was an unsubscribe moment. But also to avoid sim racing, because it will absolutely ruin your life. Guaranteed. Gliders and flight sim, that's where you should be, guys. We got gliders in this video. Right, thanks for watching. Take care, happy tea drinking, and goodbye, everybody.